It's going to be tough to do that against NRG, who's now prepped for that. Now Victor knows what it tastes like to feel the judge in his face. Artist as well, he knows his name now. So you're going to have to come up with a little bit more to it too. So starting on this defense on Bind, you see them playing that Fnatic comp. You see them already setting up only one player just with the Cypher util on this side of the map. Whereas the Cypher's actually playing K-Knight on the A site, looking to get some mollies down with Yosemite. Dang, I'm turning British already.
Yeah, I've been panicking the whole time about that, and you did it first. Fantastic.
That's crazy.
But again, I'm liking this. I like that NRG are being a little cautious. They're taking their time. They kind of implied that attention towards B early on with a touch of utility, but they haven't overly responded to this yet.
Yeah, I like how they feint that they're taking hookah control. That's to bait out some utility from Bilibili. And nothing comes out, so Yosemite is going to have a tough time doing anything. Look at them continue to walk, find the trips. Everything is really, really slow, like you said. And Bilibili's still expecting them to rotate.
Okay, Yosemite does find some,
Two through the TP right now.
It looks like they were intending for this retake from the start. If it came towards the side, and what a shot! Couldn't quite claim the third, and now NRG dig in on the site. Trying to pry these players apart will be difficult, but they're doing it, leaving it all to Crashies. 2 flashes now mollied off. A 1v3 ain't easy. Finds the first, but the trade. Bilibili off to a belting start, picking up the pistol.
And you see NRG being so cautious. We respect that at the beginning, but then you see Bilibili just completely disrespecting everything, and NRG fall into their trap. Yosemite can't get pushed out of elbow. That was their one. When you talk about win conditions on that round, that's all he needs to do is stay alive.
Finished.
Played his life so well. That is wild.
Remaining.
And they just have this triple on all sides of the map, all sides of this site, controlled, elbow, spawn, hookah. They could have even taken more time and gone long. That's a beautiful pistol there.
And just kind of pausing for thought, roll your minds back to the Fnatic game and what a different look Bilibili had in that. They look petrified out of the server, stun locked near on.
Yep.
Coming in, they've picked back up in that almost post-timeout form they had against NRG, that confidence there, the composure's there. And Artist, that's enough for him. Takes down Bianc, IGL removed.
I mean, talk about a difference as well for Bilibili against Fnatic. For NRG against Zeta, it was Artist who was the man who stepped up. Had almost 50 kills in 2 maps.
Oh.
And what are these trips, Lauren? I mean,
I just saw them.
looking at?
What?
Re-clear. This is, remember, they're anti-eco, so down a man.
Clean enough.
Spike down.
Equalizing up to a 4-4. Gotta be careful on the fallback as there is presence towards Shower.
Yeah, the perfect hit.
Oh, Som!
Is there a gap there? How come he got through with no noise?
It must have been a mistake, but now Finesse, can he exploit it again? K-Knight's on the case.
Oh, he saw
that's
his
a
elbow.
pixel, and that's a body. K-Knight gonna claim it, and look at this position from Rin. Lovely work.
That's a bingo.
3 standing. Bulldog still there. Bilibili happy to get past that second.
Absolutely a success there. They maintained the bonus despite losing that first kill from Artist, which was a great shot.
Yeah.
But then I mean, that re-clear, that's not something you're expecting from the underdog team in the second round here when you already lose something on the eco. You think, oh gosh, when I'm looking at that, I'm thinking they don't want to get eco. No, they should start barreling up, turtling down. And it doesn't happen.
Wow.
Bilibili on the aggressive. Is there a double satchel here from Victor? He loves to do that, but usually he does it from way farther back. So again, slow here.
NRG gonna take their time, having to get a read of this game, and the challenge
What is
already
this?
from Rin. He's just walked along. It looks like Artist might have a concept of what's going on here, considering how he's approaching this.
Yeah, maybe
but
expecting a flash through, something like that, but not a just solo Brim.
Re-smokes himself and just sits, holding so much map space, so much map control for them. Surprised they haven't let Bianc rotate away from this, but maybe feeling there's that flash we were looking for, but contact on the other side. It's Crashies to go down first.
And Finesse is way past, so they can't recover the spike. They have to fall back. Rin through the TP.
Oh my word, this is getting so messy here. Artist could bail them out.
Yeah.
If he can isolate one, if he can get Bianc down, but look at Bianc's timing on this. Slipping away again to elbow, just playing his life. He doesn't need to overextend. He needs to wait for the support from Yosemite to come in. He's fallen. The gates are open. Yosemite's got a chance to try and climb onto this, but with a smoke to CT, the plant should be coming in. NRG could claw this back. Okay, maybe not with that. Artist wanted all that space, all that security, and it gets taken away. Som called upon, down at 8 HP though. He's low. And look at what's remaining. Still the rifle with YZ, still the Bulldog with K-Knight. They still have so much damage to be done here. The post plant setup dependent on Long.
Yeah, Som still has that molly, so if they buy a little bit of time and then get that to actually start ticking. Victor doing what he can.
Time to go, though, on towards the defuse. That's halfway. Where is
The
that
molly
molly?
didn't come, it didn't
Where
come.
is the molly? This is right in front of their faces! NRG made to look sloppy here.
What's going on there by Sam? He had it in his inventory. Did he not have the lineup in his head? That's my question, because he just walks all the way into hookah, way too slow to be there for Victor. Definitely a miscommunication on what was going on in that instance.
And I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I'll run you through the stats of how unlikely Bilibili is to do this to NRG at this point in the tournament. I'll tell you that when we get there. But for now, they have done so well. Yeah, Chet, happy as ever. I mean, I wouldn't be smiling after this start. This is echoes of that first appearance, all the goodness that we saw with Bilibili coming back through here. NRG, look at this buy.
Yeah, and right at the beginning of the game, too. On Lotus, remember, it was a couple rounds for Bilibili to get started here right away. They put NRG's feet to the flame.
This is a lot of pressure coming in, though. 3-2 split. Simplistic, yes, but K-Knight going to try and fill the space towards Shower. Still has the support on the site. That's for 70 there. So Victor noted again. Creep up towards the site beginning. Artist starting to try and get a grip on this, but K-Knight still not checked on, and the nades work. Fit has gone down. Yes, Artist trades. He gets himself towards the site, but they just went in a brawl. They just want to fight this out. And now it's 2v2. There's upgrades everywhere. They've got the rifles, and they're going to have the plant. This can't happen to NRG again. Oh, beautiful from FNS. And the Seeker reveals Rin's position. What are you meant to do in a 1v2 like this? Tap on the spike. He wants a 1v1. It's not going to be fair. Looks towards FNS and crashes to the side. There's still a shot at the... Oh! Timing a little off there, and Crashy's not going to drop the ball. NRG finally getting one on that board.
And like we mentioned, that was a light buy from NRG. Not exactly one that they should be favored in. And it seems like we might have finally an NA team as the hometown heroes in the audience so far. But like I said, that one, Bilibili is diving through smokes one by one. It's not exactly the same coordination we saw in those first three, so maybe feeling those first 3 rounds a little bit, getting the energy too far ahead of themselves.
You want to play?
Again, we saw that being
Let's
punished
play.
by Fnatic when they walked those smokes, when they got in their faces. Fnatic were very well prepared for that. NRG looking to shift gear into being prepared, and the ult, as you just heard coming through, the tour de force is there for Ardis.
It kind of feels like the way that NRG playing so far is against a team who's going to WQ you at all costs, right? So slow, so careful, constantly trying to do the most with as little util spent. You're not seeing early boom bot, nothing like that. Lots of ults here, though.
Yeah. Both sides to boot. 4-to-1 stack as well. Bilibili putting all the eggs in what looks like the right basket. Ardis closing in slowly, played in Bianc here. Flash gonna force them away, but no big swing. But Ardis is taking chip damage, but he takes down YZ. Spray not gonna do as much as they'd want with just that stinger. They've got the opening pick.
All that damage getting healed up instantly, too. Very nicely done from Ardis with pressure on all sides, too. The flash, the spam. Looks like he's in good form today. Looking to see Victor. He's trying to get the timings right now, trying to listen for what the rotate is, and
30
it's
seconds
actually
left.
come. There's only one player from 4 a moment ago.
Oh, but Bianc was filthy with it before, and he still is. Isolates Victor comfortably, and yes, Ardis is drawing their attention, but it is still going to be towards this B site. So it all falls towards the IGL. Bianc has to be absolutely paramount. Bianc's taking down Ardis, they can all turn attention, and he looks towards Long, takes down another. 1v1s, he's winning, but NRG takes the site. Just about to get the plant, but look at Rin, flying out of the smoke. Som's ready for it, catches one and a second. NRG clutching onto the game. This is on a nice edge though.
And you can tell how that pressure is affecting both sides. In those final moments, again, Bilibili diving through the smoke out of hookah, trying to pop out super fast, and Sam as well, so good to actually maintain that. They were really trying to force that 2v1 when the spike's being planted, but that smoke makes it really unfavorable. Good thing there, NRG used a lot of those ults. Meanwhile, Bilibili used almost nothing, and they've got even more of a stack now. 4 up above. Here's that double satchel I was referencing. Just with the flashes, there's something to push this back.
K-Knight's still standing on this, so does give away the position.
Oh,
This is a dead man. Yeah, absolutely. K-Knight gone, flash through the TP, and a response. They're trying to dig in on this. Oh, Crashies. So clean with it. Keeps composure, keeps the round. It's looking great for NRG. As Bilibili tried to get proactive again, investing the ults into some of this.
Yep.
And that should be picked up. Yeah, FNS not falling for it now.
That push through from Bilibili, well considered, but NRG already ready for it. Psalm instantly smokes the teleporter, so those two players get stuck. They can't do anything to help out. Wisey, who's satcheling and throwing out his ult, trying to get a little bit more. He only gets Victor, that's it. Look at this smoke. How do you clear this? You're stuck in the TP when you need to get out. Otherwise, there's reinforcements coming in from NRG.
And it has forced the hand of Bilibili now. They've hit the brakes a little, want to slow it down. And we have been seeing these early timeouts. We saw it on the first time these two met as well. I think it was 0-5. Pumped the brakes, checked in with the coach, came back in and actually started to run the game. Now, this is much more competitive at a 3-3, but it looks like NRG are starting to read what was really working for Bilibili in that earlier series.
Yeah, and I think now that they've gotten a couple rounds under their belt, NRG is thinking back to some of the things they were saying in all the interviews. You heard from Finesse, just play our own game against Bilibili here.
Yep.
Artists saying, there's no way we lose to this team. Those are the sorts of things that they're starting to revitalize within the team atmosphere right now.
Yeah.
Whereas for Bilibili, I want to see, I want to see that judge a little bit. I want to see them take it to him, which really hurt NRG last time. Mentally, it's so tough to deal with a player like Wisey. He's got the op online, so
Okay.
long-range judge.
Yes. I wonder if that's a bit of a key back into this. Still a couple of ults to invest as well. They have 3 in their pockets. It was Wisey who invested it in just that round gone. But looking at the cycle of things, I mean, you've got Crashies, 1 off his, 2 away from FNS's, a couple of key components coming online for NRG very soon. But again, I feel like NRG have somewhat dealt with their demons facing Bilibili here, and those just couple of rounds dealt with some key factors. Yosemite, though, off the rip, going invest here. And look at YZ going walkabouts. There are 2 players just around the corner. Victor could be the first. He wants to stand for this. He's got support. He's seen the player. Pain Shell posted. He's in danger. He's taking the TP and left Bianc all alone. Oh dear, that's messy. Perfect work from NRG, herding them around and even expecting the swing. Artist punishing this confidence, this aggression, and K-Knight is on the run, and there's nowhere to hide.
Pulling the herd. Everything perfect here out of NRG. A team that really knows exactly what's going to happen out of timeouts. Chet's so good with that. So good with understanding where the ults can be used. I'm surprised as well. Yosemite puts down his pit instantly on that round. That's something that NRG would absolutely destroy. Instead, they target Wisey. That's beautiful stuff. Artist literally just holding the door in front of him. That's just ridiculous.
Seemed so aware of it. Good to see Artist now starting to kick up a little bit. Had a fabulous game previously. This could be another notch on the bedpost here. Yosemite slowly but surely getting close. He's actually got him. All right, well, that's Artist gone, but anything else would be surprising. I doubt NRG want to lose much more here.
I mean, that's kind of surprising that Yosemite is...
Hunting?
Yeah, he's hunting. He's the one saving. I'm a little confused there. Artist is just chilling.
Yep. Now they've recovered the operator too, so that's in the hands of Som. So that'll be gifted over to Artist. So he's not too fussed about it. Money's looking very healthy for NRG too.
I mean, remember, they won previously. That first round that they got was off a light buy. That, what it does to your economy is massive. So we'll have to see how Artist chooses to use it. Does he go down back towards long now that that op is not in Wisey's hands?
I see a judge though.
And it's Bianc. It's not even Wisey. So he's playing up in hookah. That's a good spot for it. Saw in that Loud Navi game how impactful it still was on this map.
Again, NRG erring on the side of caution, but slowly making progress, kind of leaving Artist as that counterweight on the other side of the map. It was a 4-1 stack here. K-Knight the only one present on the A site.
Yeah. In these 4 rounds that we saw NRG now streak these together, you saw a lot of Bilibili just sending it. And I think in the timeout, Bilibili needed to calm that down a little bit, play with a more controlled pace. Where this slow style from NRG actually would be counterproductive.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
FNS just slipping that a little bit deeper, double checking on the drop. As we noted, K-Knight was still here, but he was the only player here, so this retake is a long way off. And the only rifle is on Yosemite. So, again, that pause here, just taking a second or two, making sure the ult goes down. And look at this, it's so secure here. Very, very difficult to even just close that gap, to bring those stingers in, to bring that judge in. Victor doesn't want to be corralled or left in the corner, dips back through to the Viper's pit, and the pressure starts coming in. Seeker's trying to be the instigating factor. Victor overwhelmed!
Oh, up on top!
Yeah, Biang's trying this one, but they're finding them. Artist goes down, it's all on Yosemite. A 1v3 is so much to ask for. The time starting to tick away here. Finesse and Som still on the side. He's not going to let it slip here. Finesse, beautiful start, beautiful close. NRG really getting a grip on Bilibili now.
This is exactly why playing NRG in revenge matches is so difficult. This isn't even a map they played, but you can see masterclass from Finesse there, using a little different wall, one that we haven't really seen for quite a long time. This is one of the Viper walls that we saw right at the beginning of it. We saw a little bit of it yesterday by Na'Vi. And he allows himself to get into a weird lurk angle right in front of that truck. That's not what you're expecting from Lamps. And against a team like Bilibili, who's inexperienced at playing on the international stage, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to adapt to that fast.
I love this little set piece here. Clearing through basically secures you showers from the very offset, either forces them to fight or to fall. And you can see that Bilibili opted to fall away towards site. 3 players posted on this. They do have a full purchase. They do have the ult in Rin's pocket. But NRG, hold on.
Nice.
I mean, stalls them out, but it draws out the ult. They'll take that.
It's important, though, from Crashies. He's using his dog there to try to get a stun for Som to ult him. So neutering that gives them a lot more room, but they still have layers to deal with, still have that Brim ult. And they've swapped the Cypher off of this A site, who had a lot of anti-Victor double satchel trips that we saw earlier, scratching our head about them.
You can see them working in almost tandem here. Over towards Long. That's a pinch. Artist should be dead. He is. Took a second to get there, but it gets the job done. But this wasn't where the bulk of NRG is. They're still looking towards that A side, but losing out on Artist does take away from this. They get to pull that 4th player over. You can see the fight, but NRG just claimed 2 kills out of nowhere.
What just happened? Spotted the elbow. Ults as well to try to confirm, but he gets a second still.
They're on the run. They're trying to get towards B as fast as they can. Coin the hills. K-Knight on the punish. NRG couldn't escape it. And the mayhem of that round just got caught up in favor to Bilibili.
I mean, how did he make it there that fast? That guy was playing on B. He's the guy chasing them through the TP? Okay.
Again, NRG even finding those 2 felt, oh, wow, watching that back. Finest of margins for K-Knight, the timing on this. And finding the play with the spike of all things too is just icing on the cake. They do break the run, right? That was 5 rounds back to back, so the money's not really an issue for NRG here. Plenty left to play with. But no ults online here. 2 away for Artis, 3 off from Victor. The rest all utilized.
And with 3 rounds left now, all the conditioning aspects that we've been seeing in Bathroom from NRG on Long as well start to take effect. So Bilibili playing fully off of Long. No flash peek, nothing like that. In fact, the Sky, Yonk is playing all the way on A instead. Just got early info outside of Bathrooms with 1 flash.
There.
So you can kind of identify the default that's coming here from NRG.
But can they control it? Confirmation of Crashy's attendance. They are in the right place if they're willing to stick around. It's testing their nerve, right? You've got Artist creeping away. A bit of a jump spot, but nothing to be noted.
Higher elevation on that too, so if there is an op, something like that, he's not going to lose his life. And we're looking at a BX that can to 3 players here from Bilibili. Molly to clear Cubby or top tube.
Yeah.
This execute's going to be fierce. Victor still has double satchels to get out.
But YZ and Rin's crossfire is very nice. They know they're there, but again, these 2 players could make this really problematic because they're stalling out the time. 25 seconds, a quick TP taken. It all falls down to Bianc. The IGL, YZ catches Crashies, but still look at this pressure. Oh, he's punished Artist. Bianc, how much more? No more. Can't do any more. Stall, 12 seconds. Som just about slips ahead. He's got the spike. Yosemite catches Victor. And now Som, he has to block. He knows he has to, and he can't do it in time. Yosemite catching FNS, punishing Som. They are matching them step for step now.
All it took was a little bit of a slowed pace, and we get a tie game. And we're getting down to this, the end of the half coming up. 2 rounds left. We had a definitely unexpected start from Bilibili, but then we also end the half with them clawing their way back when NRG seemed to have an understanding, but to me it looks like NRG's starting to run a little bit out of ideas now, especially when Bilibili doesn't have the tools to really do anything special.
Which is ridiculous in my mind. You know, when we talk about experience, you know, stage presence, international experience, you look at NRG of having depth, right? When they hit these timeouts, they should come out swinging.
Yep.
The fact they've been forced into a timeout here is huge.
Yeah.
At 5-5, they pumped the brakes. You can see Chet wants a hard grip on this game. He's not letting this one slip at all, but the fact that Bilibili were able to adjust mid-game ball is actually blowing my mind a little bit here.
It absolutely should, because this is a team, to me, when I was watching the Chinese qualifiers, was not adaptable. They were set in their ways, punishing the rest of the field, sure. But here against NRG, to talk about the depth of experience, this is their comp that they played last year right now. So in terms of strategy, that strat book should be, I mean, miles long, stacked up to the moon.
So it's like, if you want to talk about the comeback kids of NRG, right? They never lose twice. Well, one team managed it, and that was Loud at Champions, right? So that is the one name you can sit with that. Can you imagine
one of the
adding
best teams of all
Bilibili?
time?
Absolutely. During their like run of sheer and utter dominance.
Yeah, just ridiculous.
And then the lower bracket, the one that's dominated by NRG, 2 losses. 1 to PaperX at Tokyo, 1 to FPX at Copenhagen, the eventual winner there. It is unbelievable how good they are in these scenarios. The fact that Bilibili is keeping them at a 5-5 is incredibly impressive, and they deserve their flowers for it. But we ain't done yet. It was a timeout. It's 5-5. We're diving back in. NRG having a little bit of that momentum and that confidence ripped away.
Early trip actually gets a lot of information there. Now that it activates, that hookah's clear. So Artis has some space to work, but he can't just break the trip. There we go.
Got there eventually. It's all right. Just took his sweet time.
Double clear down short, could catch finesse too.
Oh, the late exploration from
The
Bilibili.
high-low is so perfect. Is there a flash from Crashies around this corner?
They haven't done this often, but they have done it. But doing it at this point, you can see NRG are considering it, but I don't see a flash. I see a player, I see a pixel, and so does Yosemite. But oh, YC just dives forward on it. Yosemite's in trouble. He's having to backpedal away. He does have K-Knight.
Yeah, that information that Artis spotted of Rin falling off of this site is huge. NRG's gonna instantly use that to their advantage and maybe even find a pick.
But no one's long. I'm still looking at Bianc. He can punish this cross. I'm waiting to see when he pulls towards maybe watching this. If they split towards long, then he's under pressure, but they've got to clear this
Once
NRG.
again, they drive people.
30 seconds
Oh
left.
God, oh God, Bianc! A second fault was too much to ask for, but he does catch FNS. Down to 20 seconds now, they're running out of time and they're running out of players. Down to the 3 standing. 2 flashes for Crashies, a molly with Som, but that's it. It's gonna be dry all the way, and Artis! And Crashies in unison, doing wonders. TP taken, they know where he's at. Artis turns on a dime, waiting for it, spots it. Molly comes in. Wait, K-Knight gets him. But to find the last 2, come on. There's 2 flashes for Crashies, he can buy time.
He still has a cage to get out of this.
He doesn't even consider it. Doesn't consider it. NRG gonna punish that, catch him on the cross out, but again, how close are these rounds?
Last round
Just
in the
ridiculous.
half.
That one's on a knife's edge. Artis spotting the rotate back is so impactful, and NRG doing the best job possible at making sure they're re-clearing everything. Som on that instant trade for finesse is perfect down long. And the fact that they're also... You won the round.
Well, he's doing a mini impression. Yeah. You asked for perfection from these players. Couple of ults here, though. Victor with his Artis as well. YZ and Bianc with theirs. You can hear it off the rip. Artis wants to lead the way. Got a punishing pick towards YZ early on, but I think they've learnt their lesson here. Don't particularly want to go walkabouts again. And we start the game. NRG showing they're willing to play slow. They're willing to play fast. Those pace changes have been shown.
I like this. What the last 2 rounds have been for Artis has been taking the space that they've been giving and putting a trip in it. It's not as advanced this time. And YZ's a weird box to stand on. That could definitely catch Artis, who's been great with his crosshair placement, clearing every little thing.
Yeah, very unorthodox. But maybe NRG trying to test out that late round aggression we have been seeing from Bilibili, but This time sticking in a little deeper.
Just remember the last round, it was multiple strange setups from Bilibili that NRG just worked through really well after not having, you know, the Trailblazers still the boombot.
Okay, Yosemite going to be checked on. Oh, the timing on the Seekers and the swing! Bianc punishing Artis! They've got to get over towards the site though. You can see Victor does take down Yosemite. I thought he might have missed that for a moment, but no. It is a 3v3 and they've won on the side, but YZ coming flying
he
in.
bumped his head.
Oh, he's made a meal of it! Denied! Victor keeps him safe! FNS the same! And now just Bianc in a 1v3. This is a lot to ask. Spike's now down. They know where he's at. The singular Seeker going to make its way through. And yeah, the flashes you want. You got 3 to find, and Bianc's got the first to clear. Not clean enough to find FNS on the first try. 4 bullets, 3 targets. It's too many. NRG stamping their authority on the end of this half.
We all thought that Bilibili clawing that lead back to make it a tie game was a sign that NRG was slipping, and all of a sudden, last 2 rounds of the half in really nice fashion, ripping apart everything, but you can tell some nerves here on the stage still for Bilibili that they're working through match after match.
The potential of that squad is off the charts, so to keep it at a 5-7 is highly impressive, but can they do it on that secondary half? That's the question we're going to find out, but before we do, let's hear from Artis for a second.
I think Zeta was strong today, to be honest, and to be honest, we should have won bind a bit more comfortably, but we lost both pistols, and a few key rounds just didn't go our way. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think that Haven, I just couldn't do over a foot wrong. I think we 13-1'd them, and the one round they won was just literally a hero round from like one of the players. In a normal game, they should have got 13-0'd, but you know what? They got 1 round, so they should be happy.
Up already, they want to seek to punish this. Good shot to connect. Artis still with another one. A 1-2 punch. One-man army. The smoke probe making another go at the play as well. There's the connection. But it's all Artis once more.
When we played BLG last, I think we fell for the gimmicks a lot. We were trying to overcomplicate, fall for traps, falling for like little mini plays they play. So I think we just overcomplicate the game. And going into the next game, I think we're just going to focus on ourselves a lot more and just think about our play and just forget about them. We're better as a team, we have more team play, we're individually better, and I really, really expect us to win. I mean, I might be overconfident, but I don't think there's any planet that we don't win this game and go through to playoffs.
That is some confident words from a man sitting at 5-7 on a scoreline, and Bilibili coming out swinging. But again, you have to back yourself, right? You got to be favoring yourself in this, and again, a little bit of a reminder of who they are to themselves here. They are strong favorites, but for Bilibili, claiming 5 rounds is so respectable.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, we already know that they can beat this team. They've done it before. It's not like out of the realm of possibility. It's for sure something that everybody's considering at this point. Not expecting, but still considering.
Couple more seconds now. Does NRG just run away with it now in that second half? Or does Bilibili still have a little fire in the belly here? Big game in front of them.
Gotta say, Artis tempting fate with those words, though, consistently, man.
Why has he done that
There's
to us?
no way, over and over. That's just crazy. How many players have we seen fall to that sort of bravado?
I do love it when Artis does that, though. It's still, he's one of the best villains you could ever have. Victor, actually noted early here. Got gifted a way out by the flash.
That flash from Crashes was going to come regardless, so I'd like to see Victor not use a satchel to get through. Does lose a little bit of HP, though, because of it.
Look at this 4-1. Just Artis on that A site. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the first half, almost.
And it doesn't look like Bilibili want to push all the way through here. With Rin's position, holding sand still. And with K-Knight all the way back behind A, watching bathroom. Just want to take some control of space beyond, okay.
Yeah, Bianc's in danger. Luckily gets away. 3 seconds for the flash, but you can see the readjustment, right? Slowly creeping towards A.
I mean, spotting the sky is actually pretty crucial here. For NRG, they think that they're going to commit to this at this point, but re-clearing, making sure, doubling down on that information.
That's nice. It's going to be fed back to Artis, and for the man who said there's no chance he can lose, he better be able to hold on to this one, being crept on slowly but surely. K-Knight's so close by, TP forced away. Sight's theirs, it's going to be a 5v5 post plant. Yes, the wrap's en route, but again, Keep in mind, they still have K-Knight's utility,
Yeah.
littering the back lines. Those two will find it harder to find value.
There is a path that they're walking correctly into, but there's still a camera as well for K-Knight.
Still Yosemite, too.
Yosemite could get caught off guard if they don't check that cam, though. He looks like he's lining up for something. He doesn't have any mollies, though. He's just waiting for that trip to get broken, and he's
Oh, dear.
just blind.
Yeah, a little... Oh, dear. Out of kilter and punished NRG. You can't play sloppy against this team. YZ not going to have a chance at it as NRG cleaning house. That's going to be 8 for them, kicking off the second half with a pistol. And a couple of little errors here and there, maybe mistaking some moments. Yosemite really could have had so much impact from that.
Yeah, he's got to be aware. I mean, he has the trip to even have a reflex towards the left there and mark it. Instead, he's not watching anything. And I think that is NRG prep here from Bilibili, or against Bilibili. The two trips, I mean, it's like they walked perfectly where they expected them. Full intention the entire time as well. So they'll take the pistol this time. See how solid this anti-eco can be.
Okay, I see a Marshall coming out. I see a light shield for Bianc, a flash, Sheriff for Rin, and a ghost for Yosemite. So it's got a little something to it, but the spam alone.
That's beautiful.
Really punishing Yosemite on that slip up towards short. Trying to draw the attention towards K-Knight, but I mean, Yosemite is bleeding at 11. Close quarters, crashes. He's going to get bailed out by Victor if he needs it, but right now he's holding the line perfectly until then. Overwhelmed. They find an angle that works, and Bianc's going to get that.
And Victor not using his nade there, too. As soon as Crashes dies, he actually holds on to it, knowing that they can always get out. But if Crashes was still up, that combination could have been deadly. 1 for 1 on the round so far, and Artis is again playing solo, and again we're seeing this reclear down long. Might find a little bit more, though, here.
That's nice from Victor. YZ's gone. They can't make mistakes, though. And they're not. Clean.
Down B.
Yeah, this is much nicer from NRG. Keeping control. Good punt. Oh, come off here. What a shot. 30 HP. You don't expect the player in the corner. You do not expect. Young FNS sat in the corner waiting. Yeah, so eventually keeping control, but again, couple of key moments here. Bilibili making it a little costly. Yes, they keep 2 up, but still keeping this competitive.
No, that's massive. That's huge damage from the Bilibili side. And I think it's actually a full canceled bonus. We'll see. As it looks like a timeout coming in for Bilibili. But they're walking back up to the space that they kind of know NRG because of how late that flank came. You kind of know that they walked down on that pistol round. Here, Bilibili just continuously bring it back up after the initial spat between Crashies and them. They run away and come back up when NRG's refacing. That's the danger. And sure, NRG come out of that initial tussle, but they lose some of the space, right? They can't walk back into B because they don't have hookah control anymore. Those are the considerations that are happening in the NRG's player's mind and why it becomes difficult.
I've got to give credit here to, again, Bilibili for pushing NRG to these places, because, again, when watching Bilibili against Fnatic, it felt very, very one-sided. They almost too much respect, but here, I'm loving the amount of reclears, willingness to challenge, to get in the face, take a brawl, take a fight, because actually, you've got to say, NRG mechanically are still one of the best. I mean, some of the records could be broken today for these players of being literally one of the top fraggers in the entire international sort of scene. So it's very much impressive to see them pick themselves up. But again, this half has started perfectly until this round, right? This is the one that Bilibili will have an upper hand in.
I mean, you saw the stats in the pre-show between Bianc and Finesse.
It's
2 global matches played for the Bilibili players and like 70 or something like that for NRG. Just ridiculous, the amount. And Victor's actually 2 kills off of breaking Ye's record right now for most kills.
I miss Ye.
Where's he gone?
Bring him back. For now, though, NRG going to try and cobble together a purchase here that could be up to scratch. Guardians out, but the main one, the one to watch towards, would be Victor, potentially Son with the Bulldog. Judge, yes, there for FNS. Timing. Didn't quite get the corner swing with the dog, but forcing Victor away slightly. And then falling away again. Playing with timing here. Bilibili not particularly willing to commit just yet.
Just grabbing that orb. Rotating away. Again, it's been 3 rounds of a lot of B presence here. Yosemite got punished last time by walking up. Ooh, there's been a satchel play up here for some way up high, the Brimstone player. And if you see the nade from Victor, you see him jump spotting anywhere else, all of a sudden you're not looking at anything. And remember, what we saw from a player up here on Shrek before, you saw him is actually tucking his gun into the wall.
But it's going to be Ardis. Oh dear, the timing. Getting super close. Almost giving him a haircut, but he's giving up the sight. A little awkward on the way out, but it's fine. Plant's going to come in, but it is a 5v5 post plant.
Yeah, and nade is
that paint shell. Oh, Victor's got him. Bianc goes down. They've given themselves the early advantage here.
Cage to play in. K-Knight with 3, though, to deal with.
That's so many, and FNS, wait, Icy! Eviscerating 3 on elbow, breaking him, and look at the flag, Yosemite! Stabs him in the back! Bilibili cleaning up here, making light work of NRG. That was a lighter purchase, but still a 5v5 post plant. That was a lot to work through.
Absolutely, and to stay up with 3 in the anti-bonus, that's something that we don't really mention a lot here while we're casting, but that's huge because they're able to actually contend with what comes out of NRG next. And it comes up to the bank economically, still staying in this game.
They've given themselves a potential 7th. Oh, Jet. Sweet summer child, Jet.
I mean, that's one that you can't even really be mad at. They're coming 3 together.
Yep.
And Bilibili just has more. They all lined up.
Som working towards his ult. He's 1 off now, but you can see the buy. It's Sheriff Sting, a judge for Ardis.
Yeah, remember the anti-eco damage that was done.
Bilibili playing so deep. Look how passive this default is.
Yeah. Notes of what we saw in the first half from NRG at the beginning of the game. But here, no space taken at all. They're just looking for where they're pushing, really expecting something like that to come out. It's not coming, though.
Also potentially trying to feel out a stack. We saw a 4-1 stack before, maybe just trying to get the lay of the land. Drawing out a little bit of that utility early on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them throw out the Trailblazer. See, is there a reaction? Is there multiple pieces of util, something like that? Any trap to find.
The pain shell. And Victor found, but there is plenty of bodies here. Som is one of them. The timing on this could be terrible for him, but he comes out perfectly, punishing one Victor on the follow-up. But Bilibili trading out very well. Give themselves a little bit of safety for the plant, but we know the last 2 players are pretty far away. They're over on the B side, FNS and Ardis. This is very difficult. Sheriff in hand for FNS. Ardis jump spotting, trying to get a little bit closer with that judge. Could clear through very well here. A domain that it could work. Oh my god. Oh my god, Yosemite's just around the corner. Are they going to try and walk this Ardis? The timing! He gets neither of them! Not even that much damage. Yes, Yosemite a little lower, but it doesn't particularly play in FNS, who couldn't find anyone in shower. They're all congregating around this, and I know he's wishing they'd peek him, and they're giving him nothing. Bilibili, 3 standing. Make it through another round. And I'm waiting for that buy to come back here for NRG. I'm looking at the ults as well.
Yeah, plenty of key ones coming up. 2 instances where this could have got really nasty.
Yep.
This first one where they're jumping through the smoke, spacing phenomenal in that case. And then here with Ardis. That could have been 2 players dead with 1 shot. That's the sort of thing that you're looking at, but maybe Ardis should be picking up the judge a little bit more, get some more experience, and then he could have got both. That's all I'm saying.
You should tell him that after the game. Depending how it goes. 7-9 now. This is where it gets so contested. Big round for NRG. Back on the bye. Couple of ults. Som with his. Victor as well. 2 off from Crashies. Finesse not a million miles away. But it looks pacey.
And look,
like
only the
challenge,
Cypher.
yeah.
Only the Cypher's walking up long there. And that's important because Victor has his ult. Usually the trap play is going to come out of long. If there's a target from Crashy spotted, anybody from range, he pops that, goes fast.
Well, they don't like something they've seen. They're backing away from this. Maybe wanting to re-explore towards A. Maybe they could catch Ardis on walkabouts, but he does have the operator, so...
They should know that he has that up, that he has money for it, so... How do they choose to deal with it? Because he's got an advanced position that he could absolutely get punished at.
But speaking of punish, look at this late walkout. Catching Crashies. Som not able to swing either. Ooh. And the boombot's going to confirm that someone is there. Now Ardis has to come back. He has to be paranoid about this. But do they stick in this 2-2? I guess they have to. Exactly going to go in, and Ardis desperate for an angle. You can see him trying to work for one. Bilibili getting close though, keeping it quiet. The ult's gonna go through, deny so much of this space.
30 seconds
This is
left.
before the plant, though, and this makes it a little difficult to actually get it down. Either way, nobody on site except for Artis, but the Brim ult
Forces them running.
buys some time.
Yosemite trying to control towards CT, disallow anyone to come back through, but Artis can't really escape from this. You're gonna hear the
Victor's
ult.
ult.
13 seconds, it's getting so close, so down to the wire, but they found Artis. We know that
10
Victor was
seconds
around
left.
as well. Biang's looking for him, can't find him in time. A secondary ask for that plant, and it's on the other side of the map. Som's read it though. He's got here early. They're scrambling towards B.
Coming through spawn, Victor and Finesse walking, making it uncertain where they're coming from.
K-Knight watching this though, should have the favorable fight, and he does with YZ! Catching off both and leaving Som, who's already got 30 HP alive. And K-Knight, he's feeling confident, and rightly so. Bilibili switching it up on a dime. I didn't even see him take the TP. I didn't even see him get to the other side.
That's beautiful. When Victor's ult is coming out was when they double TP'd there. And the important part, K-Knight was there ahead of the play, so he's holding the space, fighting Som, making sure that plant goes down. And this is what I love the most out of what I'm seeing from Bilibili. The double peek up on top, knowing there's no more tools. They don't have flashes, they don't have a Trailblazer. There's nothing left for the NRG players to rely on there. We saw it a lot in that first half, and here again, it's working out. The fundamentals are looking fantastic out of this Chinese squad.
Damn, that's a brave sign to be holding up. I like it though, good artwork. But a timeout, because I think we've been seeing Chet's cam getting worse and worse and worse, right? Even in their wins, it was still like downhill.
I think that sign was Chet after the game, actually. Growing old.
Man, this is...
That's crazy.
I just can't believe the caliber we're seeing out of Bilibili against NRG. Because, again, we highlighted at the start, and there's only so many times I can say it, but this isn't a scenario that NRG ever look out of sorts in. And this is their map choice.
Yep.
This is the one they decided was probably their safest point to come into.
It's the most legendary NRG core map, right?
Absolutely.
The spine is where Finesse works magic so often. And that round, it felt like there was some magic coming through. The reads were really nice. The Brim ult was perfect against the Viper's Pit, but it felt like Bilibili was actually a step ahead. For them, usually dropping a pit before you get that plant down is a big red flag for me, but all they're doing is actually trying to get that util out. Both ults used, nothing found out of NRG.
That's going to be a round to watch back, and it could potentially be heartbreaking for NRG, but for now, we look at this buy. Take a second. It's pistols, it's light shields, it's not much. So this should be, and more than likely could be, 9-9, unless we get some heroics from one of the NRG players, because Bilibili have been playing a great game so far. Big opportunity. Patient beginnings. Can't get ahead of themselves here. Give a little bit of a moment for NRG, they will absolutely take this game back.
It feels like they're playing slow, but in fact, 3 players going to try to punish here. And Victor's left completely on an island now that he falls out, and Molly's perfect. Not quite. The satchel to try to push him in.
Just about, and they still clear it. They still clear, so diligent. Crashies, hold up. You're gonna need more though. You brought it back to an even playing field, but you still need more. Has a flash, invest, one more up in 5. Maybe another single fight, and he's looking for it. Trying to buy time, trying to draw attention. Artis is en route. They're getting out of there once again. They are running. They are scrambling to the other side of the map.
And look, they're holding on to market, holding on to the TP as well.
Upgrades though, they've got 2 rifles here. Yosemite, this position might work wonders, and it does. Gets to fall away, notes Artis, forces him further back, doesn't need to take another fight. He's buying time, he's keeping 2 of them in this position. They can't cross here.
Both players outside of Yosemite are coming back down market in a weird spot too, no matter what happens here.
Oh, Artis clears the first, but again, look at these positions. You might give it a glance, but you don't put all faith that both players are here, and they don't at all! Bilibili getting past NRG, tying up the scoreline at 9 apiece. Do they actually take the lead?
This is the tough one. The gun round now, but have to commend them again, Lauren. These fundamentals, how do 3 players make the perfect decision? Both these players come off of site through bathroom while Yosemite's delaying all of that space, and that is completely impossible to conceive.
I wish I knew. I wish I could answer any of this. You can watch this back time and time again, and it still feels like you wouldn't end on the right answer.
Artis in trouble, up, down, short, 5 players gonna try to face him. Insta-boom bot? What is that?
I feel like they're aware, they're reading this so well, understanding the intentions. And keeping Artist quiet is genuinely a hard feat. But they're still going to pressure the issue. Still want to swarm towards the
Up
site.
top with the flash.
He's going for it, one leg. Shot lands, but it's not enough, YZ. And look at this aggression. They play behind it. K-Knight catches their finesse. They get the spike down. They have the man advantage.
Trailblazer to clear bathroom is pretty important, but look at Rin. He's playing post plant, Molly and Brimmel, and they're still not clearing lamps.
You got to get a move on NRG. You don't have the time for this. And right now, Victor is desperate for it. Gets him as much as he can, but calling in the ult, they do not want to let this slip. And Victor left with a chance, and it's a thin one. He wishes he had a half on it. You can already see it. Isolates for him, but there's the molly. Time is his biggest opponent, and Yosemite still denies. Bilibili taking the lead. I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Just ridiculous.
Look at the money. Look at NRG's
It's
money.
broken. Yeah, they've got Artis' tour de force. Yeah, they've got Victor Showstopper, so this is definitely not a done deal on this round, but my goodness. Bilibili showing up.
Somehow, Bilibili, the absolute kryptonite for NRG, in what is their strongest area in these pressure situations. They're best in them. And back to business, though. Early investment on the ult. Now, we saw earlier on that immediate boombot that came down, checking on this sort of thing, but you can see Artis wants to disrespect this further.
I'm wondering, that Stinger breaking the trip. They tripped even close, by the way. That's even an odd position right there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? 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 How is he alive? That looked on the money.
I mean, the two things I pointed out as key factors here from NRG, gone. That ult needs to be looked at.
Yeah, give us a replay on that one. The rest of this, I mean, NRG are in pieces. They invested everything in towards short. It looked good for it. It looked like they had potentially 2 big kills.
But I think the important part, that crossfire there, Yosemite is the one making the noise, so Victor goes to ult him, he gets tunnel visioned, and K-Knight able to capitalize still.
Oh, I thought he could have had a second there.
Yeah, just a couple more seconds to aim, and he would have gotten a second for sure.
Okay, FNS. A frenzy in FNS.
And there's not really much for him to do here, right? Damn, he has his ult. Damage to the economy is almost non-existent.
Now you already got K-Knight on 5K. Hello. Oh, you saw him! You saw him thinking about it. I was waiting for the axe to come out. 11. What world are we living in here? Look at the streak around.
That's crazy. NRG just the pistol and the anti-eco in this game, in this half. Oh! Wait, what?
How?
Oh,
How?
it's the block up top. Wait, no, I don't even. It's just farther away, I guess. Damn. That's not even one I can say anything about. I think that's just too far. I think that's just a missed ult.
I think so.
Has chat talked for the last 2 hours?
If one man can change it, it would be Artis, but right now he is not getting any respite. There is no rest here for him. They've kept him checked, kept him outside of the game pretty much. Early ult invested from FNS. He feels the pressure.
He's getting pinched already right
and
now.
And look at YZ, he's coming in for it. Oh, of course he gets that one.
Why is his magnetic?
Crashies though, perfect placement on the smoke. We know they love to walk these smokes. They get disrespected. Crashies stands tall, but only for a moment. Falls down, the site becomes available, but a 2v3. Surely, this is the answer back. Surely, plants in. You got Yosemite, you got YZ. Not much to play. They're going for a walk, they're going for a walk, and Tom has no idea. He's still got him. Yosemite falls. Does he expect YZ? He absolutely does, but uses the second. Not a chance. Victor gets him on double digits, breaks the trend. But that still felt close.
There was a moment there where it looked like the dagger was about to be put into the back of the North Americans. Especially once this ult hits, once that pit falls. I think overcommitting though, overextending into the site before really getting much more.
Yeah.
And you can see Crashy's taking full advantage of that with the plant going down, the nade coming in at the same time.
But again, moments like that for me are why Crashies are one of the best in the game.
Yep.
Like he will get you 2 that are gateways back into a round. And maybe not as flashy as some, but I mean Crashies is truly a workhorse for NRG right now. They only want to break the trend truly. At 11 to 10 though, we go back through. Exchange. Oh, what is he? Got Artis! He's punished him! Artis has been slippery to deal with and potentially spotted both. Not sure if he noted Crashies there, but he's certainly going to know those presence.
I mean, that's huge. Artis has such impact on defense no matter where he is, no matter what he's doing in terms of killing people.
There.
He's been the pinpoint
exactly where you are.
for NRG, the guy who's leading the charges in most of these aggressive plays. So not having that tool allows Bilibili to spend their time freely. Interesting person to pick up the orb there. K-Knight is the Cypher. He just used his, and
Okay, stall towards long. 48 seconds. TP on the run. Who's over here? It's going to be Victor. Can he hold them back?
he's got a nade.
Could be essential 35 seconds. Seekers. Oh, just a shot in the dark and it works. Seekers going to come on through, but still.
30 seconds.
It's Yosemite. It's Yosemite! No respect! And the ult! Hold on. Does he dare? He's thinking about it, because look at the position the K-Knight's got, but Yosemite's still working!
They're coming back. They're leaving the pit. 20 seconds. They've got to make a decision here.
But they're going towards Crashies. This guy can be so clutch for them. As I said, the workhorse for NRG. A chance for him. 10 seconds. Forced off the angle. Yosemite's so diligent in this. FNS on the way over. The double investment. They don't want any more threats from this. Billy with 3 standing. This could be 12. FNS.
Toxins going up.
Next couple of steps critical to this. Crashy's trying to play through first. Gets to the site. He's got the one. FNS with another. But Yosemite has been monstrous.
You only thought.
There's no way! He has no room to work in front of that wall. Just none. You're talking inches. He has no vision whatsoever.
And a side like this, he's the one who broke this round back in their favor. Look at what he's doing to him. Doesn't matter the
He
side.
can't see. He's blinded by the wall.
It's 12. It's 12 for Bilibili, 12 to 10.
It's match point. How in the world?
How are we here?
Still huge tools for NRG, but the buy is not great. Crashy's Victor, the 2 guys who have been key for this team on Stingers.
The crowd are trying to will it into existence, but Bilibili have been near on faultless on this half. Artis again.
I like this.
Challenger.
Playing
Good
in front of
spam.
the lurk. This is beautiful from Artis. In combination with Finesse taking contact first, it could really do some work.
They already chipped him down, already invested the heal. They know there's bodies here, they know there's presence, but they force the first away. Now they take towards the site. Traditional smokes in place. Plant could be coming, but we know they're slippery. You can't rotate early players over. FNS now on the chopping block. The double swing. They've taken him over. Odds there denies the plant, but they wait, they pause. For just a second. Artis still here, 39 HP. Ain't much to play with. Even when the Stingers, they've still got Crashies with the ult as well. And now this is just getting uncomfortable, so close to each other. 5 standing for Bilibili.
Teleport's ready.
And Artis has a little bit of an angle, not much.
30 seconds left.
And the TP's taken. Crashies. Oh god, K-Knight punished them on the way
There's
back
another.
through. Big trade. They get upgrades, but they didn't expect Yosemite to be here. They are running them
Crash is
ragged.
still though.
Crashies, you've got to go. Absolute god tier mode. He's taken him down, denied the plant. 10 seconds now. Seeker's coming in. Stops falling. It's all on Crashies. Or truly the unthinkable begins. The high flash, the swing. He's blind and he's dead. Bilibili upsetting on map 1. The cornerstone of NRG's map pool has crumbled.
A ridiculous start, one that nobody expected, even though nobody believed after what we saw in that first matchup. And NRG, all of a sudden, things are coming back to that Champions 2021.
grande. Tu alma brilla y me hace cantar.
Little moments of joy are not so little. They are pure joy. Therefore, treat yourself. Come to Andalucía.
I won't belong.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Welcome back to Valorant Champions. I'm standing by with Wendy, our translator and head coach of Bilibili Gaming. Jackson coming off of a 1-0 win on Bind against NRG. I've got to ask you, given what you just saw, what would you say was the biggest difference in that map relative to your previous matchup against them?
那其实你们刚才在员工重镇也是获得了这场赌的胜利嘛，所以说想问一下我们的 Jackson 教练，你觉得这一次你们的表现和可能上一次和他们交手，你觉得最大的不同点是什么呢？
这次的话就是大家也都是二番战嘛，也就更了解彼此嘛。 然后我们图一的话，上来前半场确实有一些失误导致了丢分，但是下半场的话，小伙子们在自信心这一块明显看出来，不会像第一场那样波动起伏很大，可以继续保持交流，继续保持自己的专注，打好自己的东西。然后就是我们也不想和强队交手的话，复杂化，把比赛复杂化，因为会越搞越复杂嘛。然后这也是我们这次参加冠军赛一直会统一思路，贯彻到底的。
So this is a second chance we face against each other. I must say we're quite familiar with each other's styles, and also it feels like this time maybe we made some mistakes in the first half of the map. It's not a smooth game for us, but coming into the second half, it feels like our biggest improvements is all my boys. They just keep communicating, like they have a very positive attitude coming into the second half, and they were able to just play around their own strategies. And also in facing against a strong team like NRG, we don't like to have so many complicated strategies. We just to keep it simple and focus on our own performance. That's all. That's my thoughts, and also this is our goal that we would like to focus through the whole Champions journey.
Well, the simplicity's working. Best of luck to you in the second map. Back to you guys.
A fantastic answer there from Coach Jackson. And as he said, they didn't want to overcook anything in the second half. Come on, join us, join us. You want to, yeah,
wave your banner.
There we go. Yeah, as he said, they didn't want to overcook things. They didn't want to overcomplicate things. And I think we saw a lot of that vanity. Some of the strats they ran 2 or 3 times, and it just looked so, so good.
I mean, I think the biggest thing they did was like they played like as a unit, I guess, and I think that's the difference NRG had. Like they were playing more like spread out on their attack side and like going the rounds super late. I think Bilibili was ending rounds kind of late, but they were always together. Like there was always like a distinct plan, and they knew kind of what they were doing. That's what it looks like, at least. And I mean, they were hitting their shots. They were winning the important rounds.
Yeah, and even when they won together, they were able to do things like this. As we take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment from Yosemite, my favorite Viper player right now, Tom. He's just such a rat, but also he just gets the kills as well.
The crazy thing about it is a lot of the time they were leaving him behind just as the thorn in the side. Like he was just an irritation. But in this round, they left him behind on one side. He late rotates and then clutches out the round with a crazy couple of headshots. Like individually, he was unbelievable throughout the entirety of this map. And honestly, I think the NRG are going to be waking up tonight just sweating, thinking about where he might be, hiding in their cupboards. Like he is a problem.
What are you supposed to do against that?
Judge.
He's like, no, there's nothing you can do against that.
I like how animated these guys are. I feel like the EDG and BLG both just have so much fun. They look like they're having so much fun on stage, and I think that it's something that a lot of the Western teams necessarily don't look like. They don't look like they enjoy it as much, and I think it just makes the game more enjoyable as a viewer. I'm sure it's also more enjoyable to play when you're having fun.
And also, they've been on the receiving end of so much criticism, right? For them, it means a lot to be able to prove people wrong. One of those players, of course, Artist. If we take a look at the Artist versus YZ head-to-head of this match as well, Tom, I think there's one winner here.
It's pretty close. just double, you know, in the ACS. No, YZ again just seemed to have an absolute field day, especially going onto that attacker side. It's like he's leading the charge most of the time, but he was winning a lot of those sort of opening blood fights. Even when we saw an alt v alt battle when it was him versus Artist, and he just smoked him right at the beginning of the round.
Of course. I can't wait to see what both of these players are going to do on the next map as well. Of course, Artist said, I think it was that he didn't think that Bilibili were going to get a single map off of them. Unfortunately, he's wrong about that. They might get more than just one map. But I do have some news for you guys at home as well. Be sure to stick around after this match, because following NRG versus Bilibili's conclusion, we on the desk here will be revealing our knockout bracket. We're going to know who all these teams are going to be playing against the playoffs. I am so excited to share that with you guys, but of course we still have a game on our hand as well, and let's talk about map 2 as we move on to Ascent. Some of the chaos I felt like that was created, NRG didn't respond to it too much, but Ascent as a map, Vanity, is there any places you can cause chaos, and how easy it is to respond to it if Bilibili bring the chaos?
I think Ascent's one of the harder maps to cause a lot of chaos on, because it's like so simple, right? Like you can't really take these like super weird timings as you can the other maps, or you can, but it feels a lot less safe. I think on Bind, like you can get yourself into these spots that like you feel pretty safe getting into, and they're really impactful. And I think Ascent isn't really that way, but you never know. Maybe they've got something cooked up for us.
I think the one thing that they can do similarly is sort of those like death ball, very aggressive sort of strats around YZ. Like he's going to be that man taking the sort of pacing, the aggressive pushes into the site again.
and they can leave those lurks behind. So I think, although I agree, like, you're not going to have the surprises in compositions and what you're running, the way that they play is still going to be really tough to face off against.
Okay, then for NRG, as we head to the Prime Gaming Agent Select, how do they bring this back? How do they win on Ascent, Vanity, against a team like Bilibili?
I mean, we got a mirror matchup here, right? I think that the biggest thing, I think NRG's like, they're not playing like themselves. I feel like they're like disjointed. I feel like they usually have really, really solid team play. And I think that's something that's been lacking this tournament. I mean, the other match they won, they looked pretty convincing team-wise, but even then, like, Artis was just like 20-6 in one half.
He is
so
back on
like,
Jet, though.
So he is back
I
on
think
Jet.
that's the big thing here, is that he gets his agent of choice. And this is what we've been calling for a long time. Like, please stop putting him on Killjoy, put him on down Jet. So I think this is the best opportunity for him to take over the map.
Well, and if he doesn't take over the map, then
they're in trouble.
Yeah? How much trouble are we talking? Is this all on Artis? That's what I'm hearing?
You know, Victor might be about to break the kill record, but hopefully he's not going to do it while losing.
I mean, we will see, because NRG, they have to win here if they want a chance at their playoffs. We are getting ready to get back into action. Let's send it back to your casters. Here's Pansy and Bola.
Thank you, Sue, and the desk there. And I think, once again, we have to highlight how unprecedented this scenario is. Not often do you get to put NRG in this position, let alone go a map up against them. Baller, what the hell has just happened to this series?
This is, I mean, NRG's known for some slow starts, but usually it's so easy to clap back for them. I mean, we've mentioned their lower bracket record, mentioned their group stage record. This is a team that's been top 4 in every event last year, and in this year, they made it at Tokyo, and lock-in, they got top 8, lost to only Loud. I mean, we're talking a really storied success record for NRG. All I can think about is 2021 group stage champs against X10, where they went out in a ball of fire.
Oh, speaking of fire, a heater of a shot from Crashies to begin. YZ out of this round, but they do get a sight. And they get aggressive towards Tree. 2 players slipping ahead, and they spring the trap, and the punishment off the frenzy. NRG so unaware.
Oh my goodness. They didn't know they didn't close the door.
And the flash, I don't know what it's going to do here. Victor tries to make the most of it, but there's 4 players to find. He's taking down the first. K9 was on for the ace. There's 3 standing, and they've recovered.
What is that round? I mean, thinking back to it, YZ off of the first kill, Crashes takes him down mid. His idea is to run down Catwalk solo as Jet while they run out A. And I think that's to set up what actually happened for them to push through the door, because they're expecting a little bit more from Cat. They're backing off, not really paying attention to A. And this is the result. Crashes caught out with a dart, getting ready to throw it out. Double peeking into 2 people who aren't even ready. What a round from K9.
And you can see how much this means to the team that no one thought. Their initial line of coming into this was, we're here to learn. We're just going to see who we face, get some cool takeaways, see how it feels to play against this level of team. And they've come out and they've won the pistol in the second map. They won the first. But can they keep this clean? We haven't really seen Bilibili here on this map. Hadn't been part of that veto process particularly. So we have to see how this fares against NRG. And yes, I think the desk was alluding, this does fall a little bit more on Artis' shoulders as well. Back in a role that we've noted him for. First contact made towards Cat. It looks like they're backing away from this.
Yeah, there is a stack over towards B. Already getting some information on the 1A player, but nothing more than that might push them towards the site that is unfavorable. Still with the weapon advantage, shouldn't be the worst deal, but there is a flash from Som. There's plenty of flashes from Victor too.
Knife should have highlighted 3 players potentially. They should know they're walking into a stack, and you can see them maybe second guessing here, but they might just power on through. Som, paranoia there. YZ! Oh, I thought he had a third. K9 caught Som, so CT's clear, but Victor! Okay, still dangerous from Victor there, but again, this bit of chip damage, nice shots from Crashes at the start. These sort of moments aren't enough. It's the second round for Bilibili.
And I like that as well. Realizing the stack is there. You called out the util that was getting thrown from the back of sight. You saw the dart, you saw the knife from Victor and Crashes. You know there's more. But instead of falling off with the 35 seconds into space that they've lost, YZ just clears with the Marshall. Very nice idea. What a shot from Victor, but clearly not enough. He's getting up there on that kill record, but once again, it would be so sad to see it coming during a loss, during an elimination from this year's champions.
And a pacey beginning, but noted in middle. And almost brazen in approach. They aren't respecting NRG at all. A fast mid piece here. 120 on the board, and already FNS going to be noting this. And it looks like they're not particularly stopping. YZ's got Artist. That was deep in CT. This is, again, funneling through towards that B side. Crashes. And FNS reveal all this info, but he doesn't get what he wants. Yes, chip damage on K-Knight, but that's not enough to secure the kill.
The freeze here is beautiful from Bilibili. They're even getting ult orbs up. I mean, they took the front of sight and then just back up, but...
Two top mid?
Yeah, this is... How do you expect this?
You surely don't.
Is there a drone? Something? No.
They didn't hear the drop. They definitely didn't hear... Wait. Somebody's checking! He still looked, but they've got a perfect follow-up. NRG dominating middle. Predictive flash towards CT. Victor in control of this. Tries to get away. Leave K-Knight.
30 seconds.
The walking wounded. He's taking down one.
Finesse is staying. He should hear him when he gets closer.
Steps.
But he's not looking.
There we go.
Turn. Was there a gun barrel? No.
He's got this. Yeah, he's got this. Nice.
And look at the difference there. On that anti-eco, the freeze led to them continuing into that site with the 30 seconds. Here, it leads to a scramble back away where they have no control of the space, no idea that Crashies and Victor could do what they did. Walking all the way top mid. And that nets NRG the anti-bonus. Crazy to see Crashies invest in that Odin instantly too. That's what really ultimately scared them away from that B site. But now you gotta see, is there anti-KO setups? Because K-Knight, with that early pistol around 4K, he's got his ult online. And look, there is actually. Finesse with a turret top mid, an alarm bot and Cat, and his nanos on the A site where he's not gonna get suppressed unless K-Knight goes up mid or he just dies.
Zero respect, pure confidence. YZ is willing to challenge, but you could see the ult coming out as well.
That's from Victor. And you could tell that means they're really scared about what's going on, and there's no serious attempt at a reclear here by Artis or Victor.
These stalls are just playing against NRG's mental so badly. They want to check this again. Artis, got to be careful. He's got to be on red alert here. He takes down one. Doesn't fully fall away, still holds towards position. You look towards Cat. K-Knight's creeping.
Artis? He just got B-main too.
Okay, if you're going to have a game like that from Artis, it's game back on from NRG.
And Victor too.
A little bit of stall towards short, slowing them down off the back of the paranoia too. Bianca and Rin not getting the access they want now. Artis, ever present. 37 seconds, he's got the angle, he's got the kill. This man is out for blood. Victor finds the final one, but NRG getting back into this series now.
What a response from Artis. The moment there too, when he's trying to fall away after this first kill. He realized the B-main is open. That's why he doesn't dive out of that position. And then he goes for the full peek after he smokes it. Beautiful stuff. Victor with the final kill there. Now 1 away from tying that record of 1654 kills at global events.
A little bit of a pace change here though. Still trying to show presence in middle, but not the same approach. Look at Artis though, speaking about aggression and confidence, he wants to at least show a little something. I like he's still in the game, and with him noted potentially. What do they do off the back of this? Oh dear. Rin could be it. Oh wow, the timing on that. Rin just backed off.
It's like he's ready for it, but not exactly sure of when it's gonna come.
God, and look at this.
They're in the open right here.
This is perfect.
YZ's looking, but not on an angle that really can do much. Never mind.
He's so clean with it.
What?
He's just flying in. Oh, he almost had another. I thought he might have had a finesse, not the case. But they're still going to power on forward, still looking towards the A site. It's on the captain himself, the IGL. Does he dare? He absolutely does.
Oh my goodness.
Looking to get behind him. He knows where one is. He's got the first. Gonna get the punish. No!
That's
he tried to
Resable.
stick around. And now the res, absolutely. The reveal off the dot is perfect though. Oh, this can't land it. They expected the swing, and it's all on Crash. He's pretty far off from this. Plant down.
Planted.
Crashies ahead of the smoke. but this gun ain't ideal. He spotted the first, he's now been revealed, he's noted. They know he's here, but he's made his presence known with that. Kill confirms, he looks for a follow-up. One towards Hell, one towards Gen. Divide and conquer, Crashies can be so good at this. Forces the hand from the player from Hell. Throne waits patiently on the drop down. Nothing more left to play with. Can he find him? Goes for it, he does! Oh! That could have been everything! K-Knight though, the final destination, he can't quite get past.
That situation there on the Gen player is just crazy for him to even come out on top of that fight. Great push from YZ, expecting it. That's why Rin falls off. He's got somebody to cover. But then the final moments on the clutch too. By the way, Crashes couldn't rotate because of how often they're freezing here. He was on A site for so long. And then both of them wide swinging each other off the fall off is just crazy too. And there's just more layers here for Finesse to have to deal with. Now they have this lockdown from Yosemite. This start's always finding value, but not quite enough to find kills.
I'm trying to read into this like it's gonna be the go-up. The ults come in. 3 players for NRG already called over, a 4th sat towards CT, leaving Artist the one towards middle. Make the most of the lockdown here.
Bilibili has already used their nade, their molly, so there's a flood coming in from NRG.
Yeah, but the weaponry, it's so weak! And it's just a slaughter. Artist does not have enough to do the damage. I can't believe it. They're taking back this game, Baller.
Lauren, this is already 4 rounds on attack side. This is the first part of this half.
Yep.
How has this happened?
Jet wants to have a chat about it apparently as well. NRG struggling to get a bigger grip on this game, right? Like keeping control of this.
Yeah. I mean, we can say it. This is already too many rounds. They need a flawless run at the rest of this half. We can say that. The NRG players cannot let that creep into their mind at all for the rest of this game, but dire straits.
I don't want to say panic stations yet, but you know you got to stop it now, right? And I still feel the way that Bilibili's playing that they can get another 2, another 3. That mid-round stalling.
Yeah.
The way they've been just dragging NRG around this map, punishing rotations, perfectly reading it out, the kind of almost bullish approach towards middle, getting some of those punishes going. They have been so slippery to pin down here. I don't think NRG have that full read yet.
And I think adaptable too. I was talking about how I didn't really feel that way about them watching the Chinese qualifiers, but in this game, you already see them receiving the push from Victor, receiving the push from Sam up at the top of middle. Those are the sorts of things that are happening without a timeout, which just goes to speak to what happens when you have a player like K-Knight stomping the leaderboards and everybody having a good understanding of the flow with these pauses that are coming in, with these freezes that they're throwing in to this. Artist finally with the op though. See if he can find anything.
And he's probably going to have a challenger in middle. It's not like they're afraid. They're not showing respect to him in that way. Let's see, a couple more seconds and we kick this one off here. Victor wants to get the notes on players towards tiles. First challenger appears, shot does not land. Artist now needs to look towards a secondary angle because look at the pacing from Bilibili. Fast, the flash not going to quite crest. Victor there, operator noted, and Victor's where it stops. 2 critical kills, he can fall off this, he does now need to outstay his welcome.
And Artist too getting it as well. Now there's time for Bilibili to recoup, figure out how it's gone, but Victor has broken Ye's record. 1,654 kills on the global stage. And he has the highest amount. Still a way to play into this, not much anymore though. If Knight gets the second one, then all of a sudden, Young can follow up.
Young though, it was great when we saw them on their initial matchup. This is a very tall task. Let's get a chance and takes it. And now maybe a fair 1v1. Where's FNS in this? Playing safe? Yes, absolutely.
That turret won't ping. Surprised he doesn't just walk by it.
He's got 30 seconds still. He's got room to play.
30 seconds left.
Psalm's not moving at all. He had space to take, but he wants to be still close to Victor. Meanwhile, Victor's just watching the cross back. They're allowing this plant to go down. And it's maybe because Finesse has his lockdown to just solidify this in a sense, but very curious how the rest of this plays out because it could be expensive for the NRG side.
Right, so with that audio cue there, start to
Spike
work.
planted.
FNS creeps forward, but he should not give up a kill here. So Bianc now knows one has slipped forward. That's going to be FNS. He can isolate that in his mind, but he's only got 8 bullets. He needs his kill, and he needs it clean. He doesn't have the angle, and he doesn't have the kill. FNS, full composure, full control.
Okay, I thought for a second they forgot where the op was.
Nope.
Either way, they had plenty of time to defuse, but absolutely well done from Victor.
God, what a start from him.
I think on this map, he's playing fantastic. The other one, he played pretty good, and that was not really the same case. A lot of people analyzing the Bilibili NRG first matchup between these two teams thought firepower was the issue for NRG.
Can I get this?
And yet here, Victor leading the charge. But again, they need to have a flawless half from here on. And that, even that round, when it looked clean, it still went down to where there was questions. Maybe a shark attack here, dive through mid. Artis still with an op though, so I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go. Just a flash to threaten.
They're just trying to bait the top mid player in, but the dart's going to do enough to dissuade that. They don't need to check behind it. Bianc's done his job without putting his life on the line by any means.
And look at the dart that he's actually thrown as well. That's actually clearing to make sure there isn't pressure from Artis all the way through. Normally that one's going to the bottom of middle. Let's see anybody playing close. Arm.
Oh!
My ult's ready.
Snapping his wrist for that one, but Artis trying to fill it. Holds on. Do you dare? Surely you don't go back into this. Look on the other side of the map. They're still considering this A site.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing NRG is not really doing outside of those A pushes is controlling the extremities and taking these orbs away from Bilibili. At least denying them early here. Bilibili has full reign to continue farming up.
Som's got a fair bit of kit though, still can stall out with the smoke, but they might try and just get in front of it, and a preemptive lockdown on B just to ensure it. Allow for those rotations to come in. They note Som, but they don't note Crashies, but they need to clear the site. Crashies gonna punish towards K-Knight. Look at Som, gets the reveal, gets the punish. Beautiful synergy between the two on the site. YZ though trying to thread the needle, does punish Som. 25 seconds now.
What?
Spike in hand, Rin's got Artis, but they still don't clear Crashies. He's still here. He can still be a problem. YZ is watching this. Eagle eyes, he's dead! Crashies!
They got
Clean.
a pop.
Oh, and Yosemite's found FNS. Crashies is just left in his cage. How do you get out of here? What are you meant to do? Spam him, try and draw him out? What's the plan here for Crashies? He's being just cornered, kept back.
Second one to do more damage from the top.
Scanning ahead.
Oh, Crashies, this is brutality from Bilibili. Just leaving him there to watch as they take away the round.
He was there for the entire hit. The entire time. He even got super value with Som, the combinations of the smokes and the darts.
Spike down A.
But once again, the right call and also the right amount of kills here coming in. Just perfect. Rin catching Artis, jumping into the smoke. Ill-advised there, I would say. And then jumping up top too, leaving him to play there is just such a big brain play.
It's a little unorthodox, but it's so logical when you watch it in action. And they're keeping the money humble from NRG down to a low-end purchase. A couple of ults, yes, you got Victor's, Crashies there, and Soms, but
No damage, but they kind of know that Finesse wants to play close. Given the money, given it's a light buy. They know what's going on.
yeah, I mean, if you see a judge, I'm sure YZ's reading it real well.
Cross-map knife there for Victor. Does get information as they pick up the orbs, but that's more ults online now. They're really going to walk into the judge of Finesse.
Can he do it to him, though? They seem so heads up about this. He's still got a chance, right? It's like... Bianc could force him off this. And they know he's here. It's basically on FNS and Crashies. FNS just goes in, he wants it, and he doesn't get it. Chip damage ain't enough. Is now forced away from CT. Bilibili should have the safety of the cross here.
This post plant's going to be difficult to get through with the weapon disadvantage, plus the ults that you can start to play with. YZ playing still in there with the Yosemite flank, with Rin a flash as well. They're ready for it, and Som does get it. Still so many layers, though.
How'd you break this? Trying to toy with him, trying to tease him. Victor He draws out the first shot, but it's not like YZ's falling away. The follow-up flash was stunning, but Rin bails him out. Keeps them safe so he can readjust towards the position. They still haven't forced him away. NRG struggling to take those next big steps. I don't know how they're going to find it. They might need to pull the plug.
There's a gun in mid maybe to pick up. Or are they going to just look for exits here?
I mean, Bilibili already out of there. It's Artis who could maybe catch one. Unless they hunt them through. Okay, at least Artis going to catch that. That's an upgrade that he can gather.
Crashes wants to die there. Yeah,
Yep.
he has the Guardian.
Okay, so they get out with what? A Phantom and a Vandal. So best of a bad scenario, I guess.
I mean,
Both timeouts burnt.
they need both. I mean, they need all these rounds. We've said it already. This is way too many attack-sided rounds here for Bilibili if NRG wants to stay in this game. Bilibili are in absolutely full control to best these North Americans.
It's just been bizarre to watch in my mind because I haven't seen NRG look like this in what feels like years.
There's cognitive dissonance in our minds, like just crazy what's going on right now. It's hard to fathom. But here we are in Los Angeles, a place that NRG's been playing all year round.
No jet lag, no nothing. It's their home turf, right? This is home territory. I'm stun-locked by this because it's not just like cheesy plays from Bilibili. It's not like a...
Yeah, it's not that split game. We can't just say it's wisely with a judge. He's playing solid on all the weapons. And for those who don't know, I mean, Wisey's been in that Chinese scene for so long. He was the guy before Kong Kong. It was the guy that everybody said, oh, he's coming. But no, Kong Kong takes the stage first, and this is the ultimate first star out of China.
It's just amazing because, as I said, YZ was the player we were told to look towards, but even in their opening games, Bianc was the one truly claiming our attention.
Yep.
Yosemite in just that previous map was one of the pivotal players. We've seen stars out of all of them.
Are we going to see it dive down? It doesn't look like flash out for Victor. They just want to take these challenges. You've noted a lot how often Bilibili is just taking the fights in mid, but that's shifted over time. No dart this time, though, and might get an early kill for free.
They're trying to prop up Artis to be that instigator. Does well on the first, but careful now in no man's land because you can see Bilibili leaning away from this.
This angle from Psalm is really good, but how do you get out? Can you get more than one?
Oh, yes he can. Just about 43 HP, but he will have to go up the site, but that's fine. He'll take that. Middle's being patrolled and claimed by Artis. The map feels small for Bilibili. They can't fall away safely towards short. CT gets smoked off, and YZ he's going to hear that. He's absolutely going to hear that. He doesn't catch the timing, though. Artis is already gone. This is on the site. Yosemite, K-Knight. Full util for K-Knight, but what can you do with it, though? You're not even able to use it at this point. A tap on the spike draws the fire, draws the attention.
What?
He's got FNS, but they've both fallen. Oh, come off it. Look at the damage. Victor also took damage there. It's still dangerous even in the rounds they win.
You just have to think, though, if that choice of strategy was slightly different for Bilibili, if they go for the normal mid presence that they like to do, Artis has to come up big. Here, he gets kind of lucky given the strat that Bilibili chose. YZ's just trying to pressure as hard as possible towards B. While Yosemite watches the backline, everybody else controlling A main. All of a sudden, this round is different. But it does buy time for Artis to now get this op up, for this money to come through, for NRG to maybe make a final stand in this half.
It's uphill, but it could be possible, right? It's like they've slowed it down enough. Billy, back to what looks like basics. Still got presence towards top middle, but it does seem destined towards B for now, at least for the start. That all on the verge here. K-Knight still quite far off, but Bianc, Yosemite, and Rin with theirs, and Artis lets him pass.
Bilibili just super calm here. NRG's rotating all over the map, trying to find something.
Should be big info off that knife too, at least a player too. And they just drift in towards the eyesight of Artis. Potentially got a glimpse as well. Follow up here, predicting it. Didn't quite land that one. Now he's in danger. Does he get out with his life? Tries to have the smooth moves, but it's just Yosemite to find him. Does that open the floodgates? They're forced already towards CT. They have an option towards the site.
This is crazy from YZ too. Pushing way in front of the lockdown. There's gonna be a flash, it doesn't connect.
He's back in, couldn't get the follow-up, but still does damage, taking away Victor. Plant now goes down, 3v3 post. Rin plays ahead, plays outside of this, tries to avoid, tries to evade. Finesse gotta be cautious now. So on the next one,
you don't
try and
expect it.
step up. Yosemite's watching it, and look at this. FNH, what a follow-up! A 1v1, IGL versus IGL. Bianca at the back of the site. FNS a step too close. As Bianca outdoes him, keeps Bilibili in the lead.
Last round before the
And it's a 1-half. Officially, Bilibili win the half on this attack side of Ascent. Very defensive-sided map in the past. Yes, it's gotten a little closer since Tokyo, but there's no way you should be giving this up if you're NRG with these standard comps. Right now, they look outclassed.
That is not a sentence I expect to be saying, hearing, or even expecting at this point, but it's absolutely the case.
There's
they look
finally.
straightforward.
Finally that shark attack, but they just react into A site.
Maybe expecting it, maybe feeling it, but the stall's fantastic. FNS is here early. You're going to hear Hunter's Fury in the backlines too. You know that normally Crash is good for it, but still look at the damage. It's FNS teed up by all of it. Crashies does get Bianc down as well. Still in play though. They're winning out the fights on the site. A 3v3 out of nowhere. It's Rin still posted here. Gets away, doesn't get noted. YZ catching him up. How is this happening?
They're all on site. Smokes are everywhere. It's pure chaos. And they lose track of Rin somehow, some way. What in the world? 8-4, Bilibili on this half. Again, this is not the way you want to start. This looks, we could really start to even say this might be all but done. NRG need to dig super deep.
It was an upset the first time. This would truly be history in the making for Bilibili. Unbelievable stuff as we take a break for just a second here.
Thank you so much, Pansy. I'm standing by with Klaus from Korea Esports, and I've got to ask you, as somebody who has played against NRG, who's seen how good they can be right off the bat, is this surprising to you?
I don't feel surprised about this. I think Bilibili is getting the momentum on this tournament, and they're just playing together, getting the trades, and getting the timing to pop off individually.
I mean, the crowd has been so heavily behind BLG, alongside with NRG too. It's been fun to listen to this the split crowd, but what is it that Bilibili are doing so well as someone who's played against NRG a number of times? What's working for them?
I think what I feel of them, like they're looking happy playing, you know, they're enjoying the game and they're having the momentum. They're like, they're having the pace of the game. So, you know, like, you look and they have like, maybe they're down by 1 or 2, but they're winning the run anyway. So they're getting the trades, they're getting the timings, and that's it.
Now, last question I have for you, and then I'll let you go. Let's pretend for a moment that you're Chet. You're NRG's head coach. You've got an opportunity to talk to the team right now, heading into the second half of Ascent. What are you saying?
I think they need to be more like confident on themselves. That's it. Like ensure the more the game. Like I said before, they Bilibili is looking like they're trying the game, and maybe NRG is having a bad time now. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. We're going to throw it back to the game.
Good to hear from Doug there. Do you miss your man? Go on, leave it there. No, I'll just leave it with a laugh. That's fine, just cut it there. But back to business. Let's kind of refocus here, because genuinely this is out of the realms of expectation, statistics, all of that fun stuff we can run through. At 4-8, you're already highlighting and alluding to the fact that this scoreline is incredibly hard now for NRG to work outside of.
Yep, absolutely. They had some rounds on Bind where they were working the map really nicely, but Bilibili continued to shut them down, any momentum they gained. And I think the problem I'm having here, when we keep seeing expectations, such shifts in them, right now, we're looking at a 2-0 as well, possible here from Bilibili.
Things begin with this, the pistol on the second. NRG eyeing up that B site. They need it too. They lose this. I don't know if there's a way back. The middle's already flooded. They've got the full wrap on this site here for Bilibili as well. They are going to be everywhere at once.
Remember the pistol retake that they had was all corners. This time they have no presence from spawn, but there is a flash to re-clear. Turret just does the job instead, and they have those tools now to get into sight as well. This is going to be a full exchange of flashes, util, and NRG doesn't have much.
Welcome to the chaos. You got a paranoia, you got flashes, you also got bodies on the line. FNS and Victor don't care though. They're holding him back. K9, oh, Mighty, not again. It happens again and again, and now Crashies tries to keep cool, tries to wait, but he's been found, hunted down. Bilibili breaking NRG's hearts.
There's no way. That initial barrage, we were talking about it. NRG survived just fine, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these pistols combined. What in the world? From K9 again.
Yep.
That guy is just a monster today. And they're fired up.
He's giving it now. That's what you want to be seeing. And that confidence building. I mean, even in the interview discussing momentum, confidence, being able to do this sort of thing.
Jeez, that's cold.
That's so sick.
That's cold.
Absolutely love it.
The silent shot heard around the world here. Just beautiful from YZ.
So it begins potentially the downfall of NRG. They have to sit back in this round as YZ wants to just mow on down. Yosemite's there just spamming away, keeping them back. Look at the chip damage again. Nice from FNS taking down K9, but YZ goes unnoted. And what is he doing? He's just a phantom behind him. He's just ripping him apart. Victor finally puts him down, but they're just getting confident. They're getting a little out of their minds about this one. As FNS is trying to keep this normal in the realms of what he expects and knows. Victor's got a chance. 56 seconds. Rin's a problem, but Bianca's on 4 HP. There is a chance here.
Definitely. He's going to get way ahead of this, too. So he'll have plenty of time to reposition, which he'll need to try to find these 1v1s. For Bilibili, the protocol is going to be come back into the site together. Have Bianc get baited for Rin. And that seems like an easy prospect, but with all this time Victor has, very doable.
30 seconds left.
And remember, this is not... NRG didn't force into this. You think they might have needed to, but they didn't. Yet here they are. Already a successful eco.
How does he get both? Paranoia smoke. Victor needs to be the North American hero here. He's going to hear both. He's trying it. He is desperately trying it. The plant, going to get smoked though. That's an issue. He's got a fair fight. Oh, it's not clean. And he's not stopping. Bianc will hold this. Defuse. And a desperate attempt. But a slight fall short. And 20 HP being the difference.
And ultimately, two players stand alive here for Bilibili. Curious what they're going to decide in terms of the bonus, but I like this decision. I mean, it's the low HP player. Sticking in that case, just ridiculous, but we'll take it. Knowing that that stinger goes out real quick, just putting the smoke on the spike, realizing he's not backside, all of a sudden you're very confident in that.
Look at this buy from Bilibili. What do they come back? I see a Bucky.
These are the rounds, I mean, we just saw the chaos that YZ put through. He did buy full, but that's because he's one off knife. So next round still, this is a full bonus. They're very happy to play this.
And they got the 4-play stack too. 4 of them posted on that B site. NRG trying to get a feel of this.
I like that too. The one way to indicate that they're trying to peek inside of B main there. That's some false information that could indicate that there's no stack on the B site, in fact.
Aldrone is gonna highlight there's at least someone, but what do they know? Not enough yet. Ardis waiting to pounce, door is shut. And I'm terrified of what waits around this corner, because it feels like Bilibili thrive in this mayhem. And it might just be that. And here we go. Ult invested, K9 will be spotted. And that's the big clear. Rin goes down and Ardis starts things off very well. Bianc should already be considered from the Aldrone earlier, and YZ gets cleared. That is the diligence I expect from NRG.
30 seconds left.
Very well handled. But remember, this was a very weak bonus. Definitely room for shenanigans.
Yep.
But instead, the Prime Gaming flawless for NRG, and we're still looking at a dire lead here. 5 rounds for Bilibili. This is where you have that more even purchase for Bilibili. They've got the knives, 4 weapons up. That's why they call it a bonus in the first place. Great entries from Artis. And Victor to close out. Remember how that started. Bilibili trying to bait the fact that it wasn't a B stack. In fact, NRG goes into it and still is able to deal with it.
If there was going to be a round to close the gap, this would be it really for NRG. The first big challenge on an even enough purchase.
Oh, he can get up on top of that box with the one.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Well, there could have been a bit of a window for timing there, but it wasn't. FNS couldn't see
He's
it.
going to bring the turret. That will maybe get Finesse to peek. No.
You could see the idea, though.
It's so beautiful. 2 sides of the map. Things are going through their heads to try to get any advantage in the fights.
It's cost a lot of time. We're down to about the minute mark here. Trying to maybe feign a little pressure towards that A side. But I'm still looking at that spike. And FNS is still trying to find that player. Looking for Rin. So close by, though. We know they disrespect these smokes, and he's not quite there for it. Rin's found FNS, but where do they now turn?
Breaking all the KJ util in Tree on A. Should be where they end. There's still 1 Molly, but 3 players coming through Tree, and it's their turn to freeze.
Oh, it's not clean. K-Knight outdoes him. And now they're being stalled out 30 seconds and they're walking into 3 players, and K-Knight holds. Looks for a follow-up. YZ can't quite connect towards Som, but K-Knight is defending this site with his life. And Som is on 25 HP, and he knows that 11 is calling for Bilibili. It's 11 on the board. NRG faltering in the buy.
Crucial round. They don't get it. All of a sudden, you're looking at a must-win round for NRG. All of a sudden, you're looking at 6 to even. Think about tying the game. That starts to be insurmountable when you're on the attack side. What?
Jesus Christ.
Crashes gets that 9 out of 10 times, but you're seeing the pressure get to everybody. Artis was definitely labored on that spray. Honestly, the fact that he even committed to that kind of scares me.
Get out of my way.
They might just get a little faster and a little more confident, and you don't know what Bilibili are going to do. NRG left waiting and wondering. There is a challenge in middle. They're not letting this go for free by any means.
No info going to be garnered, though. I wonder where Crashies chooses to use his drone. Finesse is getting real close to these 3 players. Close mid, dodging the turret.
Drone's
Ever
gone
so
to a big name.
There's nothing else.
Just the turret, and now that's cleared. Does FNS want to try and play the time?
He might get baited by the footsteps here. Thinking that he's falling off, thinking that he can just walk into mid and Yosemite's still there. Meanwhile, the rest of the team going back. I mean, they're indecisive here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're coming in. There's the drone. So it's not indecision after all.
50 seconds. 2 players here. Biank's one of them, YZ the other. NRG en route. Mid is going to be a loss for FNS because he didn't clear the corner. Yosemite waited. Biank strikes as well. Overheat to Lil, swings in towards Victor, who's waiting. But YZ and Yosemite absolutely eviscerate NRG. They are on 12, and it's not just map point, it's match point and elimination point for NRG.
That case, too perfect. They swap the KJ onto the other side. There's not enough early presence map control gain from NRG. Absolutely losing the plot when it comes to calling on this game. And there's only been 1 round won on this attack. Comeback feels out of the cards. Bilibili on match point right now. Feel like they're about to do the impossible. The second Chinese team here at Champions 2023 to qualify for playoffs might happen right now.
The pressure starts as K-Knight, who has been superb, gets smoked off towards top middle. You can see the backfill from NRG. No more timeouts to be had, all burnt in the first. Only claiming 5 rounds and a broken bye to try and stay alive. YZ, an opportunity. First target spotted, but he was cautious from Som as he looks to address middle here, and NRG wait.
Broken by makes this almost impossible. The KO ult as well makes this even more difficult to actually entry onto this.
Okay, Knight, he's so close by to this. He's got support from CT, but you can see the temptation. It's calling him forward. Biang's gonna be under pressure. Does he get away from this? He does. Steps forward, finds one big trade. K9 in the back, takes down Som. It's on 3, make it 2. Victor and Crashies. Oh, it's only Victor. The truly unthinkable might just be happening, and it has! It's been 614 days since NRG crashed out in a group stage.